Ladies and gentlemen, it's everybody's favorite time of the year. It is March Madness. We hope you have your brackets ready. Stevie Z here along with my co-host, Justin Pooni. Thank you for joining me, Justin. So do you have your bracket ready?
No, man. I generally wait till the final spots on the final four games. So the first four games are set. And then I generally do it Wednesday night or so, kind of right before. Years before, I used to be a bracket merchant, bro. I'd make like 6, 7 brackets a year, and just pick random combinations.
Brackets all just over here.
I wouldn't say that. It's more like guess and check. You just the amount of lottery tickets you buy, you're bound to eventually win one. I've never won anything, right? So hopefully this year, but I think I've scaled it down the last couple of years where I'm only gonna do 2 brackets now. So
okay, fair.
It's an exciting time of year, bro.
Yeah,
I'm excited. There's gonna be one thing's for certain is everybody's bracket's gonna be busted.
A lot of brackets.
I wonder if Warren Buffett still does that thing where if you get the like $1 billion if you get the perfect bracket. He did that thing before. Yeah, he's done that before.
Okay.
I wonder if he still does that, but that to me is to get the perfect bracket. That's tougher than winning the lottery.
That's almost impossible. Yeah.
Exactly.
Has anybody ever gotten a perfect bracket?
I don't think so.
Maybe close, but not.
I think the one thing's for certain is majority of brackets are busted the first day.
Absolutely.
If you can make it out of the first weekend with a perfect bracket, that's very impressive. But generally, nobody does.
Makes sense. Okay, but let's get right into the March Madness futures. So who's going to win the national title? I'll just go over the 3 favorites. So we got UConn at 1, UConn Huskies, defending champions, went 18-2 in the Big East. Houston Cougars, one of the top-rated defenses. And then at 3, we got Purdue. So are you looking at any of those 3 favorites? Or you perhaps have a dark horse coming in?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at UConn. They got some good pieces there. Again, the defending champs, well-coached, well-run program. UConn's one of the... They always use this term a lot in college basketball, the blue bloods, like the elite programs. I would say UConn is one of them. I'm wearing North Carolina blue. Right. I do think North Carolina does have a chance to make a run. I like Houston a lot. Again, they're a team that's been in the Final Four recently as well, another very good program. But what kind of sets those programs apart from like the Dukes and the Kentuckys and stuff like that is the one and dones, right? I think we've seen so much now in the NBA, and we've kind of seeing just the rapid guys just going straight from the college after 1 year into the NBA.
Right.
We've lost the powerhouses. A
little bit of the zhuzh, man.
Yeah, whatever that you just said was. Yeah, I have no idea what you just said, but like the luster, right? Like you look at it and it's just not the same, right? I remember, like, again, before my time, but, you know, teams like the UNLV back in the 80s and 90s, the Big East and stuff like that, Georgetown, right?
Yep.
It's not the same. So I think older experienced teams like a UConn, like a Houston, like a Purdue definitely have a chance because as we've seen in the tournament before, these one and done kids, they're just kids that can't handle the pressure sometimes of what it's like to be in a single elimination game. It's not a best out of 7, Stevie. You don't show up, you're gone home.
That's what I love about
and your college career is
anything
over.
could happen.
Anything can happen.
So much upset
exactly,
potential.
Right?
Yep.
So as for favorites, I like UConn a lot. Yep. I like Houston a lot. Those would be my 2 favorites out of the top 2, right? But I do think North Carolina can make a deep run. Don't sleep on them. But also don't sleep on Kentucky. Reed Shepherd and Rob Dillingham from Kentucky are both projected to be top picks in this NBA draft. So Raptor fans, keep an eye out on them. I wouldn't be very surprised if Coach Cal can finally get back to a national championship game after so many years of failing in the tournament after being one of the most iconic coaches in college basketball.
Yeah, I like that show a lot. Personally, call me crazy, but I'm looking at Purdue, man.
Canada's team, Zack Edey.
Yeah, they got the size of friend. Zack Edey, 7'4", Will Berg, another center, 7'2". They bowed out in the 3rd round last year's tournament, so I just think they're battle tested. They're kind of come with a sour taste a bit in their mouth. And also Zack Edey averaging 24.4 points, 11.7 rebounds per game.
Yeah, it's probably
there's a lot of offense.
It's his last chance, right? Because he's going to the NBA. So
22 years old, I believe.
Yeah, he's a senior and stuff like that. Yeah. So look, maybe that's finally. But I just see Purdue kind of being like those Gonzaga teams from like that have failed so much before. I just think
it's possible that they can.
I think Zack Edey's been great, but the problem with Zack Edey and the problem about him going to the NBA is going to be that on the defensive side, he's a bit of a defensive liability, right?
Fair, yeah.
And I think when I look at him, foul trouble. If he gets into foul trouble and teams exploit that, he's going to be off the court, right?
Oh, that's going to be tough.
And in
a
single elimination game, right? That's going to be hard for a team like Purdue, who's so reliant on him,
right,
to be successful.
I do have to give Zack Edey a shout though, all-time leading scorer for Purdue and hometown boys. So
the Boilermakers.
Yeah, we love that. Okay, so round of 64 kicks off on Thursday. Is there any one particular matchup you're kind of intrigued by? first
There's
round?
of course, you're going to be watching every number 1 seed versus every 16 seed. You want to see if they get knocked out.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that is the most exciting thing. We were talking off air about it. The thing I'm most excited about is seeing the ends of every game, because there's always that frantic finish, the last second heave and all that stuff. That's the most exciting part. But as for one upset, I think Drake will take down Washington State. I haven't noticed Washington State in college basketball. They've been fairly irrelevant ever since, they kind of Klay Thompson.
Right.
I think a team like Drake, who's another mid-major program, they could do it. And don't be surprised with the Akron Zips. I saw LeBron, getting behind them as well. So don't be surprised if some of the underdog teams, these mid-major schools that don't really get to shine on national TV like these blue blood programs, cause some havoc because they're battle tested, right?
Hopefully some buzzer beaters too are in store for.
Hopefully.
But yeah, like you said, last year not a single number 1 seed reached the Elite 8. First time that's ever happened.
And there's always going to be a Cinderella team too, Steve.
Yeah,
there's always a Cinderella team in every tournament. So I'm interested to see who that will be. Maybe it's UAB. That's what I was thinking. It was UAB. That was my Cinderella story a little bit.
Yeah, and last team that actually went back-to-back was Florida at 06-07. So
Billy
I feel like a lot of dark horse potential
But
here.
they had a whole bunch of NBA guys on that team too. They had
That's a good point. Yeah.
Joakim Noah. I'm pretty sure Al Horford was on those teams. Billy Donovan was the coach, right? So, but it shows you how different college basketball is now. It's hard to go back to back.
Very true. Very hard to go back to back. So, yeah, and lastly, players to watch. So we touched on them. Zack Edey of Purdue, RJ Davis of North Carolina, Tristan Newton of UConn, just to name a few. A lot of kind of center and guard heavy there.
Yeah.
Is there one player you have your eye on to dominate this tournament, maybe win MLP?
Yeah, Stephon Castle of UConn. I think Stephon Castle of UConn, again, he's a freshman playing in that program. He's probably going to go to the NBA next, probably going to be drafted. Looks like he can play very well. I'm going to see how he can handle the pressure, being on a title contender. There's guys like Armando Bacot at North Carolina, who's been a proven guy in the tournament. Zack Edey, and those guys I mentioned from Kentucky earlier, and Shepherd and Dillingham. I want to see how those guys, can transfer over on the big stage now, and with all the bright lights on how can they perform, because it's only going to get more pressure as they move towards the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are looking forward to it. March Madness kicks off this week. Thanks so much for joining me, Justin, and thank you for watching.